Hello, this is Paul.
This is Laura.
And I'm Alton.
We are Team Derringer.
Hey, this is Ben Arthur, musician and host of Songwriter, the podcast that turns stories into songs. This is a message for all my fellow musicians out there. If you want someone to really listen to your work, consider sending some songs into Derringer Discoveries. And all you real music fans, you should be smashing that subscribe button. The Derringer Discoveries team is the best.
Derringer Discoveries – подкаст музичних пригод.
For the month of August, you, our listeners, voted to put another wide variety of recording artists from around the world on the Turnip Music Radio TMR Top 25 chart and playlist, including, you ready for this? Including a first-time appearance by an artist based in the country of Georgia. As you hopefully know by now, positions number 25 down to number 19 are highlighted holdovers from the prior month, in this case July. Positions 18, 17, 16 are what we call picks by Team Derringer, and that's us.
Hit number 1.
Alton, did you want to say anything about the song from last month?
Yes. Last month, July 2023, the number one song on the Turnip Music Radio Top 25 was by a soft grunge band from Amsterdam. The song is Closer to Me, and the band is called Stella.
Come closer, closer to me.
And that was a snippet of Closer to Me by Stella.
Excellent. And that's what we're going to do, listeners, is we'll feature the number one song from the prior month before we do the countdown, so you can get a sense for what the songs will be that show up for Song of the Year. The 12 number one songs from the year will be put to you, our listeners, on a ballot in December to decide which of those 12 will be Song of the Year. Stella from Amsterdam is one of the 12.
I'm a stranger to the music in our head.
And listen up to find out what the next number one song is, the number one song for August 2023. But first, we need to start with number 15.
皆さん、音楽冒険ポッドキャストのデリンジャーディスカバリーズを
With listeners in more than 30 countries.
TMR hit number 15.
At number 15 for the month of August, it's a first-time entry. Laura, Alton, do you know how I know it's a first-time entry?
Did he tell you that it was his first submission?
That would have been a good reason. No, it's his first single ever. It's his first single. I know he's never hit our charts before. He is from Brooklyn, New York, here in the U.S. It's a solo project by singer-songwriter Thomas Roberts. He records under the name of Foreign Saints. That's Foreign Saints. Thomas actually submitted the song directly to Derringer Discoveries. The song is Here With Me. That's a snippet of the number 15 song for the month of August. The song is Here With Me by Foreign Saints, and the real name is Thomas Roberts. Who's number 14?
Ви слухаєте Derringer Discoveries – подкаст музичних пригод.
TMR hit number 14.
Я бачу навколо камінні квіти.
Paul, at number 14, we have a song by O'Keen Elzy called I'm Going Home.
Міста і вокзали.
Formed in 1994, O'Keen Elzy is considered one of Ukraine's most popular and commercially successful rock bands.
Я буду чекати.
They have close to 600,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Я буду хотіти.
And by the way, in case you were wondering, O'Keen Elzy translates to Elza's Ocean.
Я їду додому, до тебе додому.
And listeners, you will remember O'Keen Elzy from Derringer Discovery's Artists for Ukraine playlist with their song Besha. And guys, check this out. Even with everything going on in Ukraine, they still have some tour dates coming up in Europe.
They're like ambassadors for Ukraine. They're playing in other countries. Is that right, Laura?
Yeah, they're awesome.
А часом буває, що далі не можу.
And that's a snippet of I'm Going Home by O'Keen Elzy.
Які ж вони довгі.
Alton, take it away for number 13.
Ті ночі і дні.
Jij luistert naar Derringer Discoveries, een muziekavonturenpodcast.
With listeners in more than 30 countries.
TMR hit number 13.
At number 13 is a song called Back to Where I Belong, brought to us by a band named Pepper Dreams, and that's one word, Pepper Dreams.
I am stepping on a tree and write a song.
The band formed in 2017 and is out of the Italian part of Switzerland.
Going back to the place where I was born.
The music of the duo Mattia Beffa and Susanna Lepori falls primarily in the folk pop genre, and they've recently added a new band member on keys, so they're no longer a duo, but Paul,
a three-piece, right? Isn't that what we call it?
A three-piece trio, according to Paul. Their new member of the band, his name is Jonas Makola, or Makulo. Jonas, you'll have to write to us and tell us how to pronounce your name.
Back to where I belong. I know.
And that was a snippet of Back to Where I Belong by the band Pepper Dreams.
Excellent.
Back to where I belong. You know. I know.
Paul, who do we have at number 12?
You are listening to Derringer Discoveries, a music adventure podcast.
TMR hit number 12.
At number 12 is another first-time entry, as I mentioned in the intro, from the country of Georgia. And her name is Lua, L-U-A. More than a year ago, Lua was the inspiration for one of our most popular playlists, which Laura kind of referenced when she talked about Okeen Elzy. One of our most popular playlists was a tribute to the people of Ukraine, and we called it Artist for Ukraine. It still continues to be popular. A song that Lua had was dedicated to the people of Ukraine. It was called We Stand Together.
In this love, we stand forever.
That's a snippet of We Stand Together by Lua, but that's not the song that's on the chart today. That song actually did not chart, at least not with Turnip Music Radio. Lua is now, for the first time, on the chart with her new song, and she wrote us and told us about it. Here she is writing. She says the lyrics are sung in Georgian, and it's about gender cliches in Georgian. And that's a snippet of number 12 hit for the month of August by Lua out of the country of Georgia, the song Go Go Arg. G-O-G-O-A-R, exclamation point. Who do we have at number 11?
I'm Rob from Vienna, Virginia in the U.S., and I listen to Derringer Discoveries, a music adventure podcast.
TMR hit number 11.
Paul revving in at number 11 with an ode to the 1960s is a song called Motor City Mama by the New Jersey-based band Break Time. Break Time is made up of Sean Manuel on bass. Sean founded the band and is the primary songwriter.
Now Motor City Mama is the queen of the neighborhood.
On lead guitar is Tommy Delaney. Douglas Lupo plays rhythm guitar and also does vocals. And keeping the beat for the band is Peter Rofero on drums. Guys, Sean recently wrote us. This is one of the rare songs that he actually wrote on bass because he is a classically trained pianist. And he said most of the songs, when he writes them, he develops them on the piano.
The night is never just enough.
And that was a snippet of Motor City Mama by the New Jersey-based band Break Time.
This particular band, Break Time, really reached out to their listenership, their fans, and we got quite a few votes coming in from not just New Jersey, but from other states as well. So it was kind of neat to see a band actively participating and trying to get their song on the chart.
And guys, this might be a good time to remind our listeners that if you want your vote to count, don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter.
So listeners, you can subscribe to our newsletter at derringerdiscoveries.com/subscribe.
Du hörst Derringer Discoveries, ein Musikabenteuer-Podcast.
Turnip Music Radio, TMR Top 25. This is the Top 15 Countdown.
Carbondale, the cars that fill the back house.
So, Laura, I'm pumped to hear about this next band. I think there's some real potential waiting in the wings for these guys.
Hit number 10.
Absolutely, Alton. At number 10, we have Carbondale by Great Big Cow. You heard me right, Great Big Cow.
That's C-O-W?
Yes, sir.
Call my name 3 times, I'd wake up to the sun.
According to their Spotify bio, they are 4 teenage daydreamers from Laurel Canyon.
But I was thinking, why is she winking to find out I'm slowly sinking away?
They released their debut album, So Long Fish, in December 2022. And here's a fun fact. The combined weight of their hair is 17.637 pounds. That's a lot of hair.
Now I'm just confused.
Listeners, if you like alt rock, you're really going to want to check out Great Big Cow. And if you're listening, Great Big Cow, we'd love to know more about the band, so get in touch with us.
I don't want to slip away,
Julio Santos del grupo Yul de Madrid, España, escucha Derringer Discoveries.
TMR hit number 9.
Number 9.
Actually, it leads us to number 9, which is you, Paul.
Number 9 is an artist who submitted a song to us, and she's been keeping in touch with us quite a bit, which is wonderful. This is what it's all about, listeners. We want to hear from you. You can come straight to us and turn us into an aggregator by submitting your song to DerringerDiscoveries.com.
Say goodbye to me, I ain't been no.
At number 9 is an artist who has been on our charts before. Her name is Estella Dawn. She's from California. Do either of you have more specifics? Is it more than just California?
I think she used to be a Kiwi, didn't she?
She was a Kiwi from New Zealand?
I think that's where Kiwis are from.
Yeah.
I knew it was a New. I just couldn't remember whether it was, New Auburn or New Zealand. Yes, but she is now in California. Her name is Estella Dawn, and she submitted a song that just knocks my socks off. It's called California.
I hope you find everything you need out in California.
And that's a snippet of California by Estella Dawn.
Remember to breathe, darling. The words, they ain't always coming. I hope you find everything you need out in California.
As Alton mentioned, formerly a Kiwi from New Zealand, now a Californian. Her name is Estella Dawn. Let's keep going. At number 8, who do we have, Alton?
You are listening to Derringer Discoveries.
With listeners in more than 30 countries.
TMR hit number 8.
At number 8 is the song My Stupid Heart, performed by the band Walk Off the Earth and Eva Sola. Listeners, you may remember Walk Off the Earth from a number of years ago. They did a really cool video from their cover of Somebody I Used to Know by Godier and Kimbra, which featured all 5 band members playing one guitar.
Now and then I think of when we were together.
We'll play a snippet of Somebody That I Used to Know, and we'll do the version by this band, right? So that the audience will hear it.
At number 8 is the song My Stupid Heart, written by the band along with a couple of songwriters named Lost Boy and Michael Matozik. The band is joined by the duo Eva Sola, which is made up of Eva Menendez and Albert Sola out of Spain.
Mi pobre corazón, que no sabe que estoy cansada del dolor, aún busca tu calor.
This version is obviously sung in Spanish, but the band has an English language version of this song.
My stupid heart, don't know, I tried to let you go.
And even a kid's version of this song.
My stupid heart, don't know, I tried to let you go.
Listeners, here's a snippet of My Stupid Heart by Walk Off the Earth and Eva Sola.
Algo en mí cambia por dentro y pierde toda la razón.
That was a snippet of My Stupid Heart by the bands Walk Off the Earth and Eva Sola. Now, on to Laura with our number 7 entry.
香港收聽 Derringer Discoveries.
TMR hit number 7.
Alton at number 7, we have Outer Sphere by The Landing.
I don't fret, just cool my J's, touchdown in the ocean blue.
And according to Spotify, The Landing is turning the struggle of finding one's place in the universe into an anthem for the optimistic.
I wanna fly to a place with a
A classically trained musician and an amateur astronomer, The Landing intertwines synth arrangements fit for a symphony orchestra with philosophical mediations informed by the cosmic perspective.
This is how the story goes. The more you learn, the less you know.
And that's a snippet of Outer Sphere by The Landing. Paul, who do we have at number 6?
Firenze, Italia ascolta Derringer Discoveries.
TMR hit number 6.
This next artist, coming in at number 6, was recommended to us by one of our regular listeners.
If you gotta go, go.
This listener, his name is Rob. He is out of Vienna, Virginia, here in the U.S., but the artist is from Canada.
Leave the light on in the hall.
So, of course, we were curious what made Rob want to recommend this particular artist, and here's what he wrote. He said, first of all, don't be confused. There is a rapper called Dizzy, but he is recommending the quartet called Dizzy, D-I-Z-Z-Y. Dizzy is a band made up of 3 brothers, Mac, Charlie, and Alex Spencer. The front woman is Katie Munshaw.
I wanna tie you down to a bird that's not flying.
All of them hail from Oshawa, Ontario.
Hold you anywhere but close, close, close.
And we also heard from Katie Munshaw of Dizzy. She wrote and said, hey, the song Close is about a tour that they were on in 2019. They were in Wisconsin when a wheel bearing on their van went kaput.
Losing a wheel on a rammed interstate.
And they said it was the American Thanksgiving when that happened in 2019.
And finding a fix. Thanksgiving Day.
She said it was a hard day for them.
And the show was a mess.
We've been through a lot as a band, but we always managed to reconnect on itchy hotel beds between episodes of Family Guy. Family Guy is a cartoon television show for those in other countries that may not know.
To the hotel we dodge. Noise complaints.
Katie says that the song Close is about the comfort that Mac, Charlie, and Alex bring to Katie.
I'm not sad anymore.
Listeners, this is Katie, Mac, Charlie, and Alex, better known as Dizzy, from Canada, with their hit song Close.
Don't wanna tie you down to a bird that's not flying or hold you anywhere.
By Dizzy, as recommended by Rob.
I'm Rob from Vienna, Virginia in the U.S., and I listen to Derringer Discoveries.
With listeners in more than 30 countries.
Turnip Music Radio, TMR Top 25. Hit number 5.
At number 5 is a song brought to us by a band called Brigitte Calls Me Baby.
Now the end is here.
Brigitte Calls Me Baby. What an interesting name for a band. The song is The Future Is Our Way Out.
Everyone said this is how it would be.
The band hails from Chicago, just like our special guest from our last episode, episode 48.
Hi, this is Marty Martirosian. This is John McFarland.
Marty and John of M&R Rush. They were out of Chicago as well.
I'm sorry, I can't help but cry.
And that was a snippet of The Future Is Our Way Out by the band Brigitte Calls Me Baby.
I wonder, was the joke on me?
Laura, I'll turn it over to you again. Who is at number 4?
Hey, this is Ben Arthur from Songwriter, the podcast that turns stories into songs. When I'm not working on Songwriter, I love listening to Derringer Discoveries, a music adventure podcast.
TMR hit number 4.
Old souls don't know they're old.
Alton, at number 4, we have Little Happy by Talk.
Scars, old scars, I keep in jars.
Talk, and that's in all caps, is the musical project of Ottawa-based musician Nick Durocher.
Turns out all of my highs are making love to my lows.
Talk has over 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Holy cow.
I could see how you see me. I could be a little bit happy.
And listeners, you may know Talk from his hit song Runaway to Mars, which has over 93 million streams.
Holy cow.
What if I run away to Mars?
And if that's not impressive enough for you, he writes his own songs, plays all the instruments, and produces his own tracks. And that's a snippet of Little Happy by Talk. Sending it back to you, Alton, for number 3.
皆さん、音楽冒険ポッドキャストのDerringer Discoveriesを聞いてくれてありがとうございます。
TMR hit number 3.
Now you are, you're in full flower.
The acoustic version of Seeds comes in at number 3. The song is performed by Julian Taylor and Carson Gray.
You're flexible in all your power. You got all the sunlight and the air that you need.
Julian is an award-winning singer-songwriter out of Canada.
They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we would see.
In addition to his multiple awards, Julian has had many songs appear in a handful of television series.
Strong as an oak, tall as a tower, the storm keeps raging, but you never pay no heed.
Joining Julian on this song is Carson Gray. She is from the collection of islands called Haida Gwaii, just off the coast of British Columbia, Canada.
Yeah, Alton, that's 4 Canadian artists in our top 25 this month. What's going on? Are the Canadians stuffing our ballot box?
They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds.
And that was a snippet of Seeds by Julian Taylor featuring Carson Gray.
They didn't know we were seeds.
Paul, I believe you've got number 2.
Derringer Discoveries, музикально-пригодницький подкаст.
TMR hit number 2.
I'm so easy to hold, cause you know that you're leaving.
Just like Break Time, the band out of New Jersey, which had their listeners vote, we have a listener out of Los Angeles, California, who submitted a song to us called Easy.
I'm so easy to talk to, cause you know that I'll listen.
Her name is Lena Cooper, and Lena did a good job of getting her fans to vote.
Try my best not to be a convenience.
Her fans pushed her song all the way up to number 2, and it was so close. Alton and I were watching the ballot. It was so close.
I'm so easy to touch, cause you know that I want you to.
Lena Cooper has been on the chart before. This is her highest position at number 2. The song is Easy. The artist is Lena Cooper. Lena told us that she is originally from Ukraine.
So easy to fall for, so easy to be, or so easy to dream of.
We have quite a showing of Ukraine today. We have 2 Ukrainian artists plus a Georgian artist who supports Ukraine. Let's go now to number 1. Laura, who do we have at number 1?
Jy luister na Derringer Discoveries, 'n musiekavontuur podcast.
Turnip Music Radio TMR Top 25 hit number 1.
Every moment of your life is like a roller coaster ride.
Guys, I'm super excited to tell you that the number 1 song for August 2023 is Walk With Me.
Won't you walk with me?
Diane and the Gentlemen with Alejandro Escovedo.
All those tattoos on your skin, hiding scars deep within.
Diane Gentile is a New York-based artist and started her band The Gentlemen about 10 years ago.
Like a number you don't win.
She last toured pre-pandemic, but she's got some shows scheduled in and around New York. So East Coast listeners, go check it out. You know, I got to get in my plug for live music.
You don't tell anyone about it. You're just afraid you can't live without it.
This song, a duet with Alejandro Escovedo, is from her latest album, The Bad and the Beautiful, which is scheduled for a September 2023 release.
Won't you walk with me?
And in a recent interview with Music Mecca, she stated that when she wrote this song, the melody and feel of the song reminded her of Alejandro Escovedo, so she approached him about working with her, and the rest is music magic.
Won't you walk with me?
Alejandro Escovedo has released over 20 albums. He's a prolific singer-songwriter. He's just a really solid rock musician, and he often pays tribute to his Mexican heritage in his music.
I did not realize it would do so well, but what I noticed, our voters all over the world, wherever they were from, they ranked this song high consistently. And I thought, that's interesting. I did not see this one coming. I don't know about you, but I was like, yeah, number one.
We know a lot of our listeners, and we know a lot of the folks just through conversing with them through email, the types of music that they want, and we found that this song was universally appealing to all the listeners.
Yeah, it really did hit the spot.
Let's hope they keep working together.
We can have a rapper club. Won't you walk with me?
That's the number one song for August. It will go on the Best of 2023 playlist, which we hope you will go to and like. We need some likes for that playlist. And then at the end of the year, this song will join the other number one songs, and we will submit them to you, our listeners, to decide what is Song of the Year.
And listeners, voting is super easy. All you have to do is go to our website, derringerdiscoveries.com.
We want to hear from you. Let us know you're out there. Until next time, this is Paul Derringer.
This is Laura Derringer.
And this is Alton Derringer. And you're listening to Derringer Discoveries.
皆さん、音楽冒険ポッドキャストの Derringer Discoveries を聞いてくれてありがとうございます。
Please rate, review, and or comment on this episode.
Audacity, check 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you guys ready? Let's make magic. And 50,000, here we come.
Alton, number 6.
How about Paul, number 6?
I thought that was such a smooth transition. Smooth, but wrong.
It's a good thing, though, that listener didn't ask me and Laura if you were full of it.
Because you would obviously defend me. Is that correct? You'd be like...
Exactly. That's exactly what I would do, Paul.
Yeah.
Listeners, be sure to write us and tell Alton and Laura that you enjoy the trivia and that you want it to keep coming. Otherwise, they're going to shut me down. The song is called, I think, Go Go Arg.
It's not arg like a pirate. It's R.
Good. That was good. I checked my laughing level, which goes off of the Richter scale when I laugh.